Okay, so in the last class we discussed about your recruitment and selection, that we have covered, right? So write some questions from unit 3. In fact, in the last class I just started discussing about promotion transfer. These are all in your unit 3. But I thought it was in unit 2, so I just tried to complete that in the last class. But today I will not discuss about the promotion and transfer. I will discuss about performance appraisal. About performance appraisal. See, it is one kind of assessing what is in fact happen in performance appraisal. It is one process with which we can evaluate or examine the individual's performance or the activities delivered by the individuals or the employees in the workplace. So how they perform. In fact, we basically get the assignment from the higher authority. The higher authority is to look after monitor our activities, how we are performing, okay, how we are achieving, how we are fulfilling the objective of the organization, up to what extent we are able to achieve. See, performance appraisal is in the middle of the road. In fact, what I feel, HRM broadly divided into two sides. In one side, we can say there are several factors are there. We can say recruitment, selection, assigning duties. Okay, we assign the duties. We basically go for the orientation, induction. We place the people. Then we appraise. After completion of the task, we appraise the employees. Then on the basis of the appraisal, we go for training. We go for development. We go for transfer again, counseling, and again we basically try to store the skill components where these skill components of that individual is to be utilized. So basically, performance appraisal decides about the capability and potentiality of the individual, up to what extent he or she can produce or he or she can achieve. Okay, so today we will discuss about performance appraisal. What are the questions which you may get in this chapter? Write down the questions, broad questions we can say, which we will discuss in the class. Define performance appraisal. Define performance appraisal. How it is different from potential appraisal. How it is different from potential appraisal. Okay. Next question, write down the objectives of performance appraisal or outcome of performance appraisal. Objective or outcome of performance appraisal. Objective or outcome of performance appraisal. Next question.
Sir, first question, once again repeat.
Define performance appraisal, how it is different from potential appraisal. Okay. Jati gote performance appraisal upare if someone is discussing, then one should know these basics of performance appraisal. One is that you should have the idea on the definition of performance appraisal, then nature and characteristics of performance appraisal, then how performance appraisal is different from potential appraisal. Next, what is the outcome of performance appraisal? If the employees are being appraised on a regular manner, then what will happen? What are the outcome or objectives of performance appraisal? Outcome or objectives of performance appraisal. Okay. Next question. Next question. Discuss the different methodology or techniques or mechanism. What are those? Methodology or techniques or mechanism of appraisal systems adopted by different companies. Appraisal system adopted by different companies, right? So these are the basic of about performance appraisal one should know? Okay, now these are the basics of performance appraisal one should know. Now I will start with the definition of performance appraisal. Now can anyone tell me what is the definition of performance appraisal? Can anyone tell me performance appraisal be organization?
By
Yes.
looking on to someone's performance on daily basis, we give them some type of benefit that is called as a performance appraisal.
Okay. Okay. Now, anyone who has already come
Assessment,
across such kind of situations in the company, those who are working.
assessment of an individual employee's performance against the targets set by the organization.
Okay, very good. Now
Regular intervals.
it is one approach of assessing the individual's target or the assignment fixed to a particular individual, or the assignments allotted to an individual, and looking or monitoring how that individual or up to what extent the individual is able to achieve that. Okay, now this is what a layman's point of view we can define the concept of performance appraisal. My dear students, what I will do, I will divide all the answer, all the questions into a table. These are the basic questions one should know, but I will divide the question into a table so that you can easily remember. Now, what is that table? Is actually the first is what we appraise. What? First one, what? Next is who. What? Who. Next is when. Okay. Next, when I will fill it up. Next is how. And finally, why. Panchota question answer it here. One is that what we appraise. That means what are the components which are to be appraised of an individual. That is what all about what we appraise. Who appraises? Okay, who appraises? Okay, that is another question. When the appraisal systems are conducted, at what point of time or when the appraisal is conducted. What we appraise, who appraises, when we appraise, and how we appraise. Okay, when we are asking who appraises, then we need to find out the person concerned. Who are the person who basically appraises. Then when we appraise, the time. Appraisal. Then how we appraise. It is all about your methodology or mechanism, or we can say the different instruments used by different companies to appraise their individuals. In fact, a company adopts multiple mechanisms, multiple methodology to evaluate the employee's performance. Suppose for the people, those who are working in the lower level, for them a different kind of appraisal system. For the people, those who are working in the middle level, for them a different kind of appraisal system, and the person, those who are working in the top level, for them a different kind of appraisal system. Even a company also there, institutions are there, they appraise with the application of one kind of methodology. Appraisal. So that is what how we appraise. We'll discuss it. And finally, the last one is that why we appraise. What is the purpose of appraisal? What is the objective of appraisal system? Right? Now these are we can divide the entire appraisal, performance appraisal system into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 table. बुझिपारलो पिला माने जदि गोटिए टेबल माने रखी दब, if you are able to remember this one table, whatever questions you are getting in the examination, you can answer. Effort support करके you can answer at least. काहा को अनेवा दरकार नहीं, कोठी गोटे चिरकुटी धरी की जिबा जमा दरकार नहीं. Just try to remember this table. You can easily answer any questions if you are getting from a performance appraisal chapter. I'm damn sure at least you are getting question of 12 marks. 8 5 13 मार्क नले 12 मार्क रो खंडे क्वेश्चन निश्चित रूपे पाइबो परीक्षा रे शॉर्ट क्वेश्चन हो मीडियम टाइप हो बा लॉन्ग टाइप हो खंडे तो क्वेश्चन तमरो आसी थिबो okay because it is one important portion in this chapter and one thing you will read in specialization you will read about human resource planning about human resource information system human resource audit accounting HRD career planning succession planning you will read those concepts. Training development also you will read, and labor law you will also read, but performance appraisal you will not read in your specialization paper. So read it here only once because it is the key functionaries of the HR department. Now, what we appraise? What am I appraise kuru? What is the definition of performance appraisal? Write the definition first. You write the definition. Performance appraisal. Write the definition, please. Write the definition. It is like performance appraisal is a process. Is a continuous process. It is a continuous process. Performance appraisal is a continuous process of evaluating or examining or assessing the behavior and the outcome. What are those two components? Behavior and outcome. What we appraise? 80% question. Performance appraisal is a continuous process of evaluating, examining, assessing the behavior and the outcome of an individual in the workplace for a given period of time. Right? Now, definition. You read the book, you will get n number of definitions. Mo mind ku kon asila, mu just taku tikke sajai ki kahi deli. So you can also define the term of your own. Now, what is performance appraisal? It is continuous process. Jab tumko padhe define performance appraisal, discuss the nature or characteristics of performance appraisal. The first is that hame likh kariba continuous process. It is continuous. It runs in a cyclical manner. Every day. It is everyday practice. Okay. Okay. It is continuous. First, continuous. The next characteristics is that it is two-way process. It is two-way process. That means the assessor examines the assessees and the assessee also assess the person like assessor. That means a person plays the role of an assessee as well as assessor. Buzi palla na nahi pila mane? One person plays both the role. So how, when it is both ways. Suppose you are appraising me, I am also appraising you. Right? Now, how you are appraising? At the end of the class, Suji sir, he is not teaching well. Suji sir is unable to explain us. Suji sir is not answering the questions. Now you are examining me, right? Now I am also trying to examine you. So without seeing you, I am also trying to examine. So gote pila dustami korchi class re, gote pila aute kono mischief play korchi. So in that way also I am trying to examine. Someone is answering questions, someone is asking questions. How you are answering or how you are asking the questions, in that way also I am trying to appraise you. So it is always both way process. So you are playing the dual role as an assessee, as an assessor. So what are the nature or characteristics of performance appraisal? One is it is continuous, it is two-way process. Now it is a process of evaluation. It is a process of evaluation. Right? I may evaluate koruchu, I may examine koruchu, I may assess koruchu. Okay, it is a process of evaluation. So it is an analytical process. Okay. Now next is the performance appraisal evaluates two things. One is behavior and outcome. Now behavior and outcome, behavior relates to qualitative and outcome relates to quantitative. Now sometimes the outcome also qualitative. I mean kahuche ki services of a doctor is qualitative, but producing a particular product like this pen are qualitative. I'm sorry, quantitative. Then next we also examine up to what extent the pen will serve us. So both the things are being examined. I mean it is a process. It is a process of examining the quality and quantity of the product. Okay, both the things we examine. So behavior as well as outcome. So what are the basic characters? Look, I am not telling any characteristics out of this circle. Bahar ko jai kichi kohni. I have given a definition. Okay, and it is very easy to remember. And from that definition only, I am trying to highlight the point. You have written, if you have written the definition, what I have dictated, just underline the keywords. That is what is your definition of performance appraisal. I'm sorry, natural characteristics of performance appraisal. मते कौन हुए ना मु कौन करे यूजुअली केमिति मु डिफाइन करे मु आई वांट टू शेयर माय एक्सपीरियंस मु कौन करे त मु स्टूडेंट थली त पाठ पढुतली सेतर कौन करतली ना मु एते घोसेनी I try to remember, I try to realize the keywords like the nature and characteristics. If I am able to remember 5 or 6 nature characteristics of a particular component, then I can give 5 or 6 definitions by choosing those, by selecting those characteristics. That means if you are able to remember the nature characteristic, then you can write the definition. If you can remember the definition, then you can write the nature characteristics. So सबुबले कोन करो ट्राई करो कि ता धरे कोन association अछि point गुडा को. If you are able to remember those points, then you can give the definition. So मु कोन करछि से definition रू nature characteristics काढुछि. जेते भी तमरो एग्जामिनेशन में जो पेपर हो जदि डेफिनेशन बा मीनिंग आसुची क्वेश्चन ता भितरे तमे मीनिंग जदि क्वेश्चन ता टिके 12 मार्क के थिबो ता भितरे तमे नेचर कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स स्कोप ऑब्जेक्टिव लिखि देई पारिबो ता भितरे इंक्लूडेड डेफिनेशन भितरे इंक्लूडेड जदि 5 मार्क के थिबो ताले खाली हाइलाइट करी पॉइंट रे तमे देई पारिबो. ओके, नाउ व्हाट इज दैट? इट इज कंटीन्यूअस प्रोसेस. 3 round the clock the appraisal system is being conducted. Okay, the next is that from a sakhalu asila join kala sei date ru ame performance appraisal ku start karchu process. It is two-way process. Both are being examined. The assessor is also examined, the assessees are also being examined. Se mane by default also the examination. It is a process of evaluation. Okay, both quantity and quality are being measured. Kon measure kara hochi tomar quantitative output and qualitative output, both are being examined. Now so kahar kara kodi kara hochi workplace re dekhuchu, and the measurement, the outcome of the measurement is always considered for a particular period of time. Taku neki we take further course of action. Suppose A is in the Indian cricket team. Now on what ground that person A is in Indian cricket team? Based on the last performance, last series performance, one will remain in the team. 10 वर्ष तळे से एमती स्कोर करिथिला ताकू बेस करके we cannot put him in the team. So the appraisal system is always considered for a particular period or time, and it is always recent past. So gote period ba gote time जो consider करा जाए, and it must relate with the recent past. Recent past taku we usually consider. So I have narrated these points. These are the outcome of the definition of performance appraisal. Okay, now tell me, is there any doubt in this? Mu ethi tomara outcome of behavior bujhibi. Clear?
Sir, last 2 points.
Define performance appraisal. Discuss the nature or characteristics. I hope you can give 1 or 2 definitions by picking those nature characteristics.
Sir, last 2 points.
कौन लिखली last 2 point लिखे दिली? Okay, मु लिखली quantity, quality and time. समय, कोटे समय को हमें नहीं कि अप्राइज करू. Last 1 month, last year, last 6 months, 1 day, or 7 days, or a fortnight. Okay. Now, it is two terms I have written it here. One is behavior, another one is your outcome. Outcome we know. What outcome a teacher gives, what outcome I have given in today's class. So मुझे तो आज क्लास रे सॉरी कि ओल्हेबी एठो स्टेज रो सेते बेले मु भाबीबी आज कोन मु ठीक जस्टिस देली ना नाही. So that is all about self appraisal. You know about self appraisal? Can anyone tell me what is self appraisal? Have you ever, anyone has done self appraisal? किए निजे निजु को अप्राइज करिसेंती केबे? Yes. like को पिला माने मु कोन खाली कोई बोर हे जाउची. Can anyone tell me anyone has ever done self appraisal? Na सबले तमे अन्य को अप्राइज करूछ. We examine others, we never examine ourselves. We always feel that whatever we are telling is right, is correct. We never understand our own mistake. Now why? Because we have not done the self appraisal. Ame nije nijuku kebe dekhinu. We have never seen ourselves in our own eyes, or else we have never seen ourselves from others' viewpoint, from others' eyes also. Try to see your behavior from others' eyes, you can change yourself. Right? I'll tell a small story here how self-evaluation is done. You might have heard this story. Okay, still I will tell it once again so that you can relate this story with self-appraisal. What happened? A small boy went to a shop to make a call. Gote choto pila jibo gote call kariya gote phone unit ko. And he told, I want to make a call. Then the shopkeeper gave the phone, and that boy ran to a particular number, and he started delivering something. He started communicating with the person who is in the other side of the phone. Now, what the boy is telling to him? He told, good evening, and I heard you have a shop which you are running in this particular place. From the other side, the person is telling, yes, I have a shop. Now, see, I am in search of a job, so you please accommodate me there. I want to work in your shop. Then the shopkeeper from the other side told, I don't need. Now, why you need? You need a second hand to look after your shop. Then the person told, no, I have a person who is working. No, what? How much he is getting? No, he is getting 100 rupees per day. No, I will take 80 rupees. Then other side, the poor person told, no, I don't need. Now, what he does? The boy asked, no, he is managing my shop. Then he told, no, I will manage your shop, and I will also clean your shop, and I will also clean your vehicle after the closing hour. Then the boy told, no, I don't need. I'm sorry, the shopkeeper told, no, I don't need. Then what happened? The boy disconnected the phone, and with a smiling face, he went out of the shop by paying 4 rupees to the shopkeeper, telephone booth man. Then what happened? The telephone person, the shopkeeper, from where the boy made a call, he asked, hey, listen, you need a job? You do one thing, you manage my shop, no need of doing any extra work, I'll pay you 100 rupees. Then the boy told, no, I don't need. Then the shopkeeper, you don't need, you just spoken with him and you are asking for begging for a job. No, I don't need, because I am the same person who is working there and trying to know about my performance. Are you getting my point? So this is what is self-evaluation. You need to go to that extent. You need to see your behavior from others' eye, how you are looking from others' viewpoint. When you are able to judge those, then only you can develop yourself. Right? Now, what are the factors, parameters which are to be evaluated? One is your behavior, another one is your outcome. Now, what do you mean by behavior? You must have covered the meaning of OB, organizational behavior, meaning of behavior in your OB paper. Can anyone tell me the meaning of OB or meaning of behavior? What is that? Please unmute yourself and tell me quickly. I don't have time. ପିଲାମାନେ କିଏ କହିପାରିବ? ଆରେ ନା ଅଛ? Anyone can tell me, answer me?
So the question is, what is behavior, right?
Yes.
Different traits a human being show while interacting with others or in the society.
Okay. Any other points? Any other points?
So
How we
the
treat
way
others.
in which we act normally.
Okay. Very good. Any other point?
Our actions and manners towards others and society.
Very good. Excellent. Now, what is behavior? Behavior is all about the reaction to an action or to an event. Right? Now, what do you mean by behavior? It is all about the reaction to an action or a series of event or events. Okay. Now, see, it is the composite form of behavior is the composite form of the individual's personality, attitude, perception, value, ethics, emotion, sentiment, feeling. Okay, so many more things. It is the composite form. What it includes? It includes someone's personality, value, ethics, emotion, sentiment, feeling, ego, loyalty, and many more things. Okay, somehow we saw all those behavioral issues when something happened. Okay, now Mukhaibiki, I will keep silent. I will not speak anything. That means I am not reacting. So am I not behaving? Yes. So keeping silent or staying silent is also one way we can say. That is also one reaction. Okay, so now there are several parameters which influence the individual's behavior. What are the parameters which influence the individual's behavior? Someone put a question in OB. The different parameters like environmental factors are there. Okay, environmental factor this season also a factor, and we can say the market condition, wages, salary, all those things are the economic condition. These are environmental conditions. Then organizational condition. Organization, your position, your wages, salary, we can say your many more things are there from organization. Then next is your individual parameters. One is that the gender, male behavior type or female behavior type. But from organizational point of view, we never discriminate between a male and female. Okay. Likewise, we can say the individual parameter, your number of dependent, marital status, married, unmarried. When you are unmarried, you behave in a different way. But when you are married, you will behave differently. Right? Suppose, for example, a girl, when she is not married, then if she needs some money, she will jump into his father and take the money from his pocket. But after marriage, when the father gives money to the daughter, you take this, the same daughter will say, no, Papa, I will not take, you keep this money for yours. So that is how the behavior changes when someone is getting married. Okay, age is also a factor. Now there are several factors, and finally the psychological factors. This includes attitude, personality, value, ethics, emotion, sentiment, feeling. Now, कोगुड़ाक आमे जज करिबा जोटा कि बिहेवियर को फॉर्म करूची. One is your belief, विश्वास. So how much, up to what extent you believe the system, that is also being evaluated. Evaluate. What we evaluate? One is the belief of the individual. Next is your ethics. The ethical issues are also evaluated. Next is your habit. The habit pattern, that also is being evaluated. Then next is your attitude. The attitude, the value system, the integrity of the individual, the objective and the objective fulfillment. How you are moving towards the objective, how much you are objective oriented. Okay, that means your enthusiasticness. Okay.
What is the
Your
third
level
one?
of understanding, how much you have understood. Your knowledge level is also evaluated. And the role what you are playing, the role. Okay, now what are the parameters which are usually evaluated by an individual? Some of the question in the examination, what are the parameters which influence the individual's behavior? What are the parameters? These are the parameters. You can also write in OB. What is that? The belief, ethics, Prasad.
Please, noise, please. Please.
Okay. Hello, Sarla. Okay. Now, what are the factors which influence the individual's behavior? Okay.
Sir, what's the third point?
Belief, ethics, habit. You are habitual latecomer. You are habituated of telling lie. You are habituated in cheating. It is very difficult to change you. That is
what is the
your
6th point?
behavior. Are you getting my point? So these are all the behavioral talks. So
after attitude,
what are the factors which influence the individual's behavior? These are the factors. Now, what are the psychological parameters which usually form the individual behavior? These are the parameters. The belief, ethics, habit, attitude, value system, your observation and your objective achievement, your observation, how you are observing. That means how you are involving yourself. Then your understanding, up to what extent you have understood. So, that means whether you are accepting or whether accepting from wholeheartedly or under pressure you are achieving it. Then finally, the role what you are playing. What kind of role? The role position also influence the behavior. This is all about the parameter which forms the individual's behavior. The next outcome. What outcome includes actually? Outcome includes, one is that your operating style, how you are operating. How you are operating. Okay. How you are operating. Next is your using of resources. How you are using the resources. Okay. Suppose for example, mu कहूची कि तुमको तमे घरे कोन कला ना तुमको मां तमर कहले today you cook this food. तुमको कुआ गला कि तमे जे एई फूड ता तयारी करो. One is that केमिति तमे तयारी कला सेटा तमर आउटकम को रिलेट करूची. How you are using the resources. भलो यूज करिछ ना खराब रे यूज करिछ. वेस्टेज करिछ फोपडा फिंगा करी के तमे थोई देलो जिंस. तापर तम मां जेतले जिबे कहबे कि तू रोसई घरे पसिले पूरा नष्ट करी ध्वंस कर दू. So that means your operating style and using of resources are also very bad. So that relates to your outcome, not to behavior. Vyavahara and outcome, ASO parameter composites the individual's appraisal system. Now, what is that? Your operating style, using of resources. The next is your timely output. तमे ठीक समय रे दउछ ना डेरी रे जिंस देला whether the output which you are giving dot on time or before time or after time. Then next is your competitor strategy. So whatever outcome you have given, is it as per the competitor strategy and able to meet the demand of the market or not? You have given an output which is not acceptable in the market, so your output will become obsolete. Right now, whether the outcome what you have given is as per the marketing strategy or not, that you need to think. Next is your objective fulfillment, objective achievement. So initially, before producing, there must be certain objective, whether the objective is being fulfilled or not. Then next is your maintaining quality. And finally, encouraging participation. Now, what outcome is actually? So what behavior that I have defined and what outcome is? Outcome is all about your operating style, how you are operating. Then next is your how you are using the resources. Then next, whether you have given the output or the finished product on time or before time or after time. आमे कोचे पागो भिडु भिडु कचेरी बरखास्त तमे एते ड्रेसिंग पेंटिंग हे कि गला जे कचेरी कोर्ट डिसीजन हे कि तमर जजमेंट देगला तापर जाई पहुंचो. So you are unable to give the product on time. So right time must be freezed, must be fixed, must be identified, must be considered. Now what is that? Timely output is there or not. Then next is that whatever output you have given, whether it is as per the competitor strategy or not. तमे देइछो जोटा कि market रे तार चाहिदा ही नहीं, no one is accepting it, then what will do with that product which is not acceptable in the market? Then next is your objective, what objective you have set it, whether it is being fulfilled or not, that you need to find out. Then maintaining quality. तमे time रे देलो, use कला resource, computer, but it is not qualitative. Quality output you have not given, then outcome is bad. Then next, finally, encouraging participation. What is the last point? Encouraging participation. What it includes? So when you are working in a team, whether you have encouraged others to participate or you have not involved anyone and you have done it of your own. Now, Bartaman, age of 21st century, we believe the people should produce in a team, group work. What is team? Team is all about together, effectiveness, achieve more. If you will work together, then you will achieve more. So you need to work in a team. Whether you have allowed others to participate or whether you are afraid to delegate. In delegation, in your MCB paper, you will read a chapter, define delegation, discuss up to what extent the work is to be delegated. Right, you will read that. And another is that why people fear to delegate. Mu kahinki mo pathata ko ba more jo kamota ko daruchi delegate kariya pe. If you start afraid of delegating, that means insecurity. Ame koche insecurity rahichi and losing of power, fear of losing of power. Mu kahi dele ba mu jodi misai dele, if she or he is doing it, next time no one will ask. So whether you have encouraged others to participate in producing the thing or not. So this is all about the different, what are the components are to be evaluated in the organization. So the questionnaire, it is evaluated on the basis of face-to-face interaction way, ba questionnaire thai. Okay, a behavioral anchored rating scale, bars thai, behavioral anchor rating scale thai. Co type roji, what a type of comparative method roji. So different type of or mechanisms are there which we basically evaluate the employees. So these are the area where the evaluations are conducted from outcome point of view, and these are the area basic. We can say I have written more, but some broad areas are there which are usually evaluated on employees from behavioral point of view. Pila mane bujhila? Huh? चुप है बस ये भारी विरक्त लगे हाँ
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
अरे बुझिला ना नहीं
Again, sir.
Yes, sir.
ପାଠ ବୁଝୁଛ ନା ନାଇଁ ଏମିତି ଖାଲି ଆସି ମୁଁ ତଣ୍ଟି ଫଟଉଛି ତମେ କଣ ପଢୁଥିବ କଣ ନାହିଁ ଭଗବାନ ବିହେଭିୟର ମନେ ରହିଲା ବିହେଭିୟର ମନେ ରହିବ
Yes, sir.
आउटकम मने रहइबो what is behavior actually
Yes,
what are the
sir.
parameters or psychological parameters which forms the individual's behavior so the parameters of the component which forms the individual's behavior includes your belief मो विश्वास अछि भगवान मते आसी कि सहायता करिवे बा मते सेव करिवे तो तुम कौन कर सही विश्वास रे यू आर गेटिंग स्ट्रेंथ यू आर गेटिंग करेज गॉड इज देयर टू हेल्प मी गॉड इज ग्रेट ही इज ऑलवेज देयर टू सपोर्ट मी विथ दैट फेथ यू आर गोइंग अहेड दैट इज व्हाट इज योर बिहेवियरल कंपोनेंट बुझी पालो ना नहीं बिलीव देन एथिक्स योर एथिकल इश्यूज okay right or wrong which one is right which one is wrong that all based on your again value system then habit your attitude habit integrity observation understanding is all about your perception we can write it as perception we perceive things through different sensory organs the individual perceives things through different sensory organs eyes nose tongue touch ear with that we perceive sensory organs but perception is broader than sensation sensory organ no perceptory knowledge is better more permanent where we apply our sixth sense intuition brain our knowledge projecting capability futuristic approach so we never understand one we should not understand what someone's behavior by looking at his dealing or by the way he speaks without with that we should not give a concrete remark about that person so brain god has given you a brain use that the sixth sense is all about your mental ability right so this forms the behavior and outcome it is all about your operating style how you are operating how the teacher is teaching you how the resources are being utilized whether the teacher has completed the course on time that is next the teacher has taught you as per the competitive market as per the need of the market the teacher has completed the subject okay next whether your objective has been fulfilled with that whether the teacher has maintained the quality of teaching next is whether the teacher has encouraged you to participate in the class or not if those things are there then we can say that oh teaching is good we have understood then with that what you are doing your facial expression your behavior will be changed if any doubt is there you are looking like this akita koti jaki doja then once your doubt is clear then it will clean you will give a clean face that is all about your behavior so I mu bhabi aji sabu sar debi mu to kahile koi jauchi so what we apprise these are the two things pila mane bujhila
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
on
Yes,
you
sir.
kichi jodi a bhitere doubt achi you are free to ask if any doubt is there
Sir, take a two-way process out there.
huh?
Two-way process.
Okay, two-way process. See, you are asking a question. So how I am answering the question, you are evaluating me whether sir has answered it correctly, and again also I am also evaluating you whether you have answered a right question or correct question, or खाली time pass by question बा मत गोटे चिड़िया पे question तुम पचार are you getting a point now evaluation are you working somewhere what is your name Chinmay are you working somewhere
Yes, sir.
where you are working
Sir, mines. Coal.
Mines. Your name is Chinmay Pradhan?
Yes, sir.
Oh, see how I know. Up to what extent I'm. You see, I know your name, Chinmay Pradhan. Now see, I have not seen in the. In fact, I have not seen in the screen also. It is not visible. Now see, you are working as associate something.
Service engineer.
Associate.
Mechanical background, sir.
Janich, I think we have never spoken before.
No, sir. No, sir.
Now, I go through the attendance. I usually go through the attendance. So there I see who are the regularly students are attending.
ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ଚିହ୍ନିଛନ୍ତି
your name?
ସାର୍ ଶିବ ପ୍ରସାଦ
ଶିବ ପ୍ରସାଦ ଚିହ୍ନିଛି ଏବେ ତମେ ଡିଷ୍ଟର୍ବ କରୁଥିଲ କ୍ଲାସ ରେ
ନାଇଁ ସାର୍ ମୋର ନୁହଁ ସାର୍ ଆଉ ଜଣେ ଡିଷ୍ଟର୍ବ କରୁଥିଲେ
ନାଇଁ ନାଇଁ ତମର ଆସୁଥିଲା ନା ତମର ମ୍ୟୁଟ ଅନମ୍ୟୁଟ ହେଇଯାଇଥିଲା ମୁଁ ବାରମ୍ବାର ତମକୁ ଡାକିଲି
ନାଇଁ ସାର୍ ମୁଁ ନୁହଁ ସାର୍ ମୋ ତଳ ଲୋକ ଦେଇଥିଲେ ସେ ସାଙ୍ଗଥିଲା
ଆଚ୍ଛା ହଉ ଠିକ ଅଛି ହଉ ତମ ପାଖ ଲୋକ ତ ହେଲା ଏକା କଥା ନା ଠିକ ଅଛି see it is two-way process in fact so Chinmay when suppose for example you are like heading a department when you head the department you usually apprise your person those who are working under you who apprises so it is not only two-way process now it is four-way process who apprises one is that self appraiser nije nijuku appraise korche I have given the example how the small kid that boy who is working in a shop is trying to apprise himself or herself that is self appraiser usually when we take the class in offline mode while going out of the class हमको feel करी जाए कि नहीं मु आज भलसे पढ़े because it would type रो हमरो sensation हे जा हाथ मोटा टांकरी उठे जरा क्लास नहीं कि बाहर because से रो टीचर रो भीतर रहिबा दरकार से महान now we apprise ourselves आज मु ठीक से कहि जे बढ़िया करी ताको गाली देछि that is self appraisal next is appraisal is also done by your boss senior okay appraisal is also done by the subordinates appraisal is also done by the peers माने की है PER peer माने colleagues बुझी पारला ना नहीं फॉर एग्जांपल तमे शिव प्रसाद ए क्लास रे अच्छा तमे कोन भारी डिस्टर्ब कलो तम माने पर कोन समस्त पिला रागी जे ए बंद कर पार्टी करनी दैट मींस व्हेन जेतले पढिबे क्लास रे सबुठ अधिक डिस्टर्बेंस किए करूची ना दिस इज द पर्सन हु इज क्रिएटिंग मैक्सिमम डिस्टर्बेंस आई एम जस्ट गिविंग एग्जांपल डोंट माइंड so your colleague will tell that this is the person who is creating why because they have evaluated your performance your group the members also evaluate now organization de ko mane self appraisal one way senior appraisal two way your junior appraisal two way another way and your peer appraisal that is all about 90 it is all about 360 degree appraisal system you may get a question what do you mean by 360 degree appraisal system this is what is a 360 degree appraisal system each component is considered as 90 degree that is all about your 360 degree appraisal system now two way two persons are interacting okay behavioral issues are also done in two way तमे मो कथा बुझुछो मु तम कथा बुझुछु मु तम मन कथा बुझिली तमे मते कोन कहउछो why you are telling like this I have understood and why I am answering like that you have also understood so when you are trying to understand the behavior at that point of time you have started assessing the behavior you have started assessing the individual तम बापा का आगे तमे मिछ कहउछो okay you are telling lie in front of your father don't you think that your father can cut you yes तम बापा ठीक बुझी जिवे तमे काहे कि मिछ कहउछो तमे कोन पे मिछ कहउछो तम बापा बुझिछथि तम बापा को कोटे में मिछ कहबे तमे बुझी कि जाउछो so both way it is always two way so two way examination both way appraisal system is done but now it is not limited with two way it is four way it is 360 degree now it is 540 degree also because the competitors are also appraising you, the society is also appraising you. Okay, so you can expand the degrees, expand the person concerned. Now, who appraises? Self-appraisal. The senior appraises, your subordinates are also appraising, and the peer groups are also appraising. Why appraisal? Why we appraise? That is, who appraises? That is all. Tomorrow we'll discuss when we appraise and how we appraise and why we appraise. ବୁଝିପାରିଲ ପିଲାମାନେ? Shall I leave now?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Goodbye.
sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
ସାର୍ ଟିକେ ଆପଣ ମାଉଥ ପିସ୍ ପାଖରେ ଦେଇ କହିଲେ ନହେଲେ ଇକୋ ହେଲା ଭଳିଆ ଶୁଭୁଛି।
Equal as ଶୁଭୁଛି? ହଉ ଠିକ ଅଛି, next time ଆଉ ଥରେ try କରିବା।
ଆଜ୍ଞା ଆଜ୍ଞା।
Okay, thank you for me.
ବୋଧେ ସେ ହଲ୍ ଟା ବି କହୁଛି ବୋଧେ ସେଥିପାଇଁ କି।